Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading for February 2023. We're going to jump right in here, Sag, and we're going to see what is going on for you at this time. You have this isolation and defense card. You also have this Seven of Wands. These are very similar energies. All this can represent kind of being defensive or closing things out of your life. So some of you, you could be kind of protecting yourself from love or from opening up to something. But I would encourage you to, again, if you want love, obviously don't do anything you don't want to do. But if you want love, I would encourage you to open up here because there could be love coming in, but this is a very closed off energy. And you even have the Four of Wands, which could be marriage. So there could be like a person who wants to marry you that's coming in for you or that would marry you in the future. Obviously, this isn't going to happen like right away. And, if we go this way, look, this looks very good. This looks very good for love. I am wondering if you actually are opening up to love. Like maybe you don't need to do anything. Maybe you actually are just kind of in this position of being ready or kind of being more open to a new opportunity in love, which I think would be kind of great for you. Again, I like this card because you can see here on this isolation card, this lady is kind of like pulling on this guy and saying like, come on, let's go. There's no reason to be in despair. That defense card, again, I feel could be like you, especially with the Seven of Wands showing up here. He's defending his position at the top of the hill. So it is interesting that you also have the Seven of Wands, Nine of Pentacles to the Empress. It's kind of like you are definitely maybe thinking that you want to be single, but again, there could be an opportunity coming in for you here, and I would definitely accept it. If you don't want love, again, I would say this could have to do with teamwork as well. So again, we are in a time where teamwork makes the dream work. I know it's cliche, but again, why aren't you doing it is what I would say. People keep giving me all these excuses of why they won't work together with people. I'm like, okay, well, I don't know, you're just making it harder on yourself. Like, I think people think they're like stunning and brave or something like that when they tell me that how hurt they've been. I'm like, well, that's because that's a story you keep telling about all the times you work together with people. So unless you change your story, then things aren't going to change, number one. Number two, it's like by not doing it, you're only hurting yourself. You're not impressing me or anyone else, right? By being like, I always get hurt when I work together with people. I don't know, fix it. What aren't you seeing, right? You have this Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is walking away from things that no longer serve you. It's also like a little bit of lack of clarity. He's walking into darkness. He doesn't necessarily know like where he's going or what he's walking towards, but he is walking towards fulfillment. He is walking towards the Nine of Cups. So I do feel that a lot of you could be walking towards fulfillment or doing things that are going to create more fulfillment in your life. And that's exactly what I'd be doing here with the Eight of Cups here, Sagittarius. You have the Four of Wands. Four of Wands, of course, is a card of marriage. But again, even if you don't want love, this is a card of freedom and being set free. And I feel like some of you are kind of wrapping something up. I always say the Four of Wands, it really is a card of completion. You can even see here, it kind of looks like a finish line at the top of the Four of Wands. But it does represent kind of like completing a project or wrapping something up. So I kind of feel some of you are in this like, you're in this stage where maybe you're wrapping things up. But I feel like where you're going is towards more abundance. So love it. With the Seven of Wands, you have the High Priestess here. I definitely feel you need to trust your intuition because High Priestess, you have the Moon card, the Eight of Cups as well. These are all kind of cards like mystery, darkness, and that's really the energy that I'm getting off of these cards. These cards represent Pisces, or I should say the Moon and the High Priestess, but I'm not really getting a person. I'm getting more not being sure what I'm doing type of energy here. And the High Priestess, she can have whatever she wants. I always say the most important part of the High Priestess is that she has 3 stages of the moon on her crown. And the 3 stages of the moon represent the fact that she sees the beginning and middle and end of all situations that she enters into as she wants them to go. So she uses her imagination to kind of create this reality. And that's what I'd be doing here. With the Eight of Cups, you have the Eight of Wands, quick success. This is what you're walking towards. I feel like you're walking towards, success happening quickly for you. And with the Four of Wands, you have the Four of Wands. Definitely marriage. This could encourage you to be socializing as well. I mean, the Eight of Wands is a very social energy. It is my card of socializing. It just says you don't have to do things alone. You don't have to be alone. You don't have to do nothing. So, doing things together with other people could be beneficial, or, just having fun could be a good idea here as well for you this whole entire month. Next, in the area of the unexpected, what you don't see coming, You have this birds card that says news, messages. You have this anchor that says stability and security on it. It's kind of like weird because I feel that pretty much all of us have a very strong urge to create more stability at this time, just based off the astrology, Uranus and Taurus mostly. And you have the King of Pentacles here, which is Taurus. So it makes sense to me, but I have a major problem with stability right now. And I'm not suggesting that we shouldn't be stable. That's not what I'm saying. But I would say that I don't think we should necessarily be playing it super safe. Like if you're not taking any calculated risk in business, or if you're not putting yourself out there in love, then things are just going to stay the same. So I've been encouraging people, to follow my 80-20 rule, which is 80% of the time, do what you normally would be doing. 20% of the time, try something new. That'll probably lead to new opportunities. I also get on this message card here, I feel like there is a little bit of unexpected news coming in for you that makes you very happy. For some of you, I feel that it's that a person is, maybe a person is messaging you, like they're interested in you or something like that. So if you're looking for love, again, there could be a person who's messaging you, letting you know that they're interested. Again, even if we go this way, I mean, that is straight up love right here. 2 of Cups, Queen of Cups. Definitely very good for a love situation. For others, I'm getting either like an approval, or sometimes with the 6 of Cups, we get a gift from the universe, and the gift we receive from the 6 of Cups is obstacles being removed from our path. So if you've been experiencing certain obstacles in like work or business or whatever, this can represent the removal of those obstacles and being able to like push forward through them. And that can, again, be the gift that we receive with this energy. So, again, I like that. I think that could be a good thing for you. You have the 9 of Pentacles, pre-Empress energy, and then you have the Empress right next to it. So some of you could be experiencing a little bit of a glow up here. It could be in your finances. So I do feel a lot of you could be improving your finances here. Again, some of you could be getting approved for like a raise or a promotion with that messages card. I definitely feel that. For others, I feel like you need to focus. She's training her focus. There's a falcon on a glove here. And so she's really focused on focusing. You have multiple birds here as well. And again, birds are messengers. They deliver us news or information. So you could be getting some news that you've been waiting for, and I feel like this might help with like your direction of focus. Maybe you haven't been knowing maybe you haven't known what to do in life or some area of your life, but it's almost like there's clarity coming in here. You have the 4 of Cups. I feel like the 4 of Cups is just where you have been. Those are like the words that I'm getting. I kind of like this. I do not like the 4 of Cups, but I kind of like it in your reading, because to me it's saying you've been in 4 of Cups mode. I feel this reading is kind of suggesting that you're leaving 4 of Cups mode. You're getting out of it. You're moving on to bigger and better things, so love it. With the 7 of Cups, you have the Hierophant, Taurus, Uranus and Taurus, like I was talking about. The Hierophant is also kind of a stage card, just like the High Priestess. He has 3 stages to his crown. They represent initiation, apprenticeship, and mastery. So you might be kind of graduating from something. Maybe not literally, but maybe more figuratively. Maybe you're just kind of taking something to the next level. And that's kind of the energy I get here, is that you could be taking something up a notch. You could be improving upon something as well. So again, for those of you that are like adding something onto your business, or that are improving your business or something, I see a lot of success here. You also have divine counterparts, by the way, High Priestess and the Hierophant right next to each other. So again, even if you don't want love, again, there could be something really good coming in. So you never know. With the 6 of Cups, you have the 6 of Wands. If you've been watching me for a while, you know I love 2 6s. To me, 2 6s says that you're on the right path. You're going in the right direction. You're doing the things that you need to do to be very successful at this time. So love it. I feel that you should just keep doing what you're doing. Definitely a lot of success. With the 4 of Cups, you have the Sun. Yes, I knew I felt good about this 4 of Cups. It's almost as if, I wouldn't say that the grass is greener on the other side. 4 of Cups can be a card of thinking the grass is greener on the other side when it isn't. But I kind of do feel that it's like if you're moving towards something new where you think the grass is greener, I feel like saying you're right for once. So, yeah, I would take the risk to move towards the greener grass, towards greener pastures. It's almost like you're being moved towards this improvement. And again, more glow-up type vibes here with the Empress and the Sun together. Next, in the area of what's coming towards you, you have this card that says, don't soothe your pain with momentary pleasures. Multiple people have had kind of similar messages to this in some part of the reading. So it does seem to be one of those weeks where it's saying, like, don't try to use escape right? Don't escape from things. Not that you're not escaping, but don't use those escapist things, right? I feel like it'll cause more harm than good. You have this entertainer card. It says your charm and influence will get you ahead. So if you do anything involving entertainment, it doesn't even have to be entertainment. You have the sun, which can be like fame and fortune. So I would just try to get as much positive attention as you possibly can. Again, we do have Pluto going into Aquarius for 20 years starting in March. It's going to retrograde out, but doesn't matter. It's going to be there for basically 20 years. So as I say to everyone, I would be trying to get as much positive attention as you possibly can. You definitely seem to be one of the signs. For whatever reason, you seem to be benefiting the most. Again, I think multiple of your past readings have basically been talking all about this, like how you need to get attention, how you need to stand out, or whatever the case may be. So I would do it. You have the Empress, the Two of Cups, and the Six of Pentacles. The Empress, of course, is a card of total abundance, so I do feel there's a lot of abundance going on for you. I'm also really focused. You can see here, there's this waterfall over here. It's kind of hard to see, but that waterfall, it kind of represents the energy that is flowing to her from the Emperor, but it also represents chaotic force. You know, if you were at the bottom of a waterfall, you would be tossed all over the place. It kind of represents the tower energy as well, the waterfall and the Empress. And what I would say here is that there could be some things going on in life, but she's perfectly fine. You know, she is meant to look like she's perfectly fine as well. So there could be some things going on in the world, and I would just ignore those things. I would focus on your abundance. You know, that's the whole point of her, is that she doesn't focus on what she doesn't want to see. So I would focus exactly on the things you want to see in life. You have the Two of Cups here. Two of Cups is a perfect match. So again, if you're attracting love, I feel like you're attracting a person who is clearly very attracted to you here with the Empress, this card. And, you know, again, this would represent a soulmate. I feel like this person just isn't a disappointment. I feel like they make you very happy. Again, I feel you've experienced maybe some disappointments. Sorry, wrong camera. In the past with the Four Cups, you've experienced, thinking that someone was maybe more than they actually were. That's kind of like the vibe I get there. And I feel you're right for once. Like I said at the beginning of the reading, it's almost like this reading is just saying you're correct about your beliefs. I feel like this is the perfect energy to be in love. Six of Pentacles can be breadcrumbing. Maybe you've experienced breadcrumbing in the past, but I've been saying forever that I think that this perfectly describes the energy that we're in. You know, we need to be entering into situations. We give a little, then we wait for them to give a little, then we kind of have this nice back and forth. So I feel as long as you're getting in, as long as there's equal give and take, I would keep moving forward. If something changes, then change. I always tell people if equal give and take stops in a relationship, it doesn't mean you have to leave, but it does mean maybe you have to talk about it, right? Maybe you have to open your mouth and tell the person hey, what is going on? Why aren't you giving to this anymore? And when we're honest like that, then we get answers. So that's what I would be doing here. It's also interesting to me that this guy right here, I always say he has something in his back pocket. You can see right here, there's something in his back pocket. And, I kind of feel for some of you, if you have a past person that is coming back, they could be coming back with kind of hidden motives. So I would be very careful of that. I also, for whatever reason, I get raise vibes in your reading, which is not a bad thing. If you're hoping to get a raise or a promotion, this could lead to a raise or promotion. With the Empress, you have the Ace of Wands. Yeah, passion, abundance, success coming in for you. A lot of abundance coming in for you here. With the Two of Cups, you have the Fool. Time for a new beginning. I feel like there's a new beginning coming in for you here. It's like you're taking some sort of leap of faith. And this leap of faith could be towards this new person. So, that could be happening. I feel like you don't want to fall off the cliff. It's like normally the Fool is in front of the cliff, and it kind of... There's a couple ways to read the Fool. You could argue that the whole point of the Fool is that he is trusting that when he takes a leap of faith that the way will appear, that he takes a leap of faith off the cliff and a step will appear in front of him. There's another way to read the Fool, that he's actually supposed to go around the mountain. It's kind of going this direction down, right, which we can't really see on the card. And the cliff just represents kind of needing to avoid the typical mistakes that he has made in the past. And I'm kind of getting that for you here, Sagittarius, where it's saying just avoid the mistakes that you've made in the past, or think about those things. Don't dwell on them, but think about it. With the Six of Pentacles, you have the Ten of Wands. I like the Ten of Wands because, he's carrying a harvest. The whole point of the Ten of Wands is that he's about to reach his home in kind of in front of him on the traditional Ten of Wands. So I feel for a lot of you that you're about to reach a harvest point, or maybe you've been burdened for a long time. This reading really does give me those kind of that breath of fresh air type energy. At the end here for messages from your future self, You have this round and round card. I feel you want to get off the hamster wheel. I feel like you want to change whatever this situation is, or you're kind of like hoping for something new and different in your life. You're hoping for change. You're hoping for abundance or success or whatever the case may be. You're definitely hoping for something different. So I feel like you're wanting to get off the hamster wheel. You have the King of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, and the Moon. The King of Pentacles is the card of convention. He represents the way things have always been done. So I feel like this is what you're trying to break free from, is kind of that conventional energy, right? It's like maybe your life has been the same for a long time. Now you're trying to break free from that. I do also think there could be a earth sign coming in for you if you are looking for love. You have the Queen of Cups here. Every single person has had the Queen of Cups. And she's holding this cup that looks like a trophy. And as I've said to others, I really feel we're in this time where we need to pay attention to what our heart is telling us to do. Her heart, the trophy kind of represents the fact that she really values her emotions. She values how she feels about something, and that's all that matters to her is her feelings. All that matters is that she feels good. So I feel like as long as you're kind of like making sure that you're entering into situations that make you feel good, then you are going to be successful. You have the Moon here as well. And again, I think this is just a sign of the times, really. 8 of Cups, Moon, kind of like I said at the beginning of the reading. I think we're in this time where maybe we don't have all the answers about the future. Maybe we don't know where things are going. But I'm telling you right now, uncertainty is going to prevent forward progress. Just taking action, taking small steps as well. 6 of Pentacles really is a solution to the feelings that I think a lot of us could be feeling right now, especially you. Where it's like maybe you're not sure what to do, and maybe it's causing a little bit of analysis paralysis, right? Like sometimes I think we aren't sure what direction it takes, and then we start overthinking things. I feel like a step in a direction will be a step in the right direction. Doesn't matter what direction it is, right? 6 of Pentacles says plant a couple seeds, see what sprouts, and then keep moving in that direction. So it's like maybe you have to try some things in work or business or your love life, see what grows, and then keep moving in that direction. Let's see. With the King of Pentacles, you have the 7 of Swords. 7 of Swords, lying, cheating, stealing. But, for the most part, I thought I saw another 7 here. I guess not. But 7 of Swords is a card of, like, internal fears that don't exist. It's also a card of being tactical. It says, do you have to face something head on? Or could there be a way to, approach, a business or something that you want to do in life in a different way? It's also a card of taking things too seriously and not asking for help. He can't carry all 7 swords. If you notice on a traditional 7 of Swords, he only has 5 swords. So are there things that you do in life that you could ask people to help you with? Again, I always say that Pluto and Aquarius, we have Pluto going into Aquarius. It really values co-creation. And when we ask a person for help, we're co-creating. Not only when we ask someone for help, it also helps them because they're helping us. It makes them feel good, right? So, we're creating a much more positive exchange of energy when we ask people for help instead of trying to do things on our own. It's like I've seen too many people who are always like, things take longer for me to work on these projects or whatever because I'm the type of person that does things on my own. I'm like, wow, how stunning and brave. You're not spreading the abundance, right? So what I would say here is that it's not brave. I don't know where this I call it toxic independence because that's basically what it is. And, maybe it is hard to rely on other people, but that just says you need to get better at being a leader, right? So, no excuses, play like a champion, ask for help. With the Queen of Cups, you have the Page of Swords. I feel like you're looking into something. For some of you, I feel like you're looking into a person. Maybe you're interested in a person, you're examining them, you're kind of like trying to figure out who they are. So some of you might be curious about this person. And again, it's kind of funny that I feel this obviously isn't going to be true for all of you, but for some of you, I feel like a lot of resistance and love. But at the same time, it's almost as if there's a person who's coming in where you're like, oh, well, maybe I can give this a chance. So I'd go for it. Could be an air sign. With the Moon, you have the 7 of Wands. There it is. 2 sevens. 2 sevens is internal fears that don't exist. The Moon is a card of fears. Definitely a time to face your fears here, Sagittarius. We're going to pull 5 main themes, and we are going to see what else could be coming up for you. Yeah, you have this card. This whale card says great worry over nothing. And Moon, 8 of Cups. I think it's not worry, or maybe it kind of causes you to feel worried. I think it's just not knowing what the future holds. But I feel like you need to keep pushing forward. You have this Elephant. It says a long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end. I do feel some of you are literally on a journey I didn't really mention it, but I feel like some of you have recently moved. It's almost like I see here that some of you could have moved, and it's like you're building up your yourself, whatever you want to call it, or maybe you're trying to establish yourself. Maybe that's a good word to use, is like establishment. And I kind of get that word popping into my head here, where some of you might be trying to establish yourself in a new location, new business, new job, something. And I feel there's a lot of success, through this journey. You have this target card. It says a goal-oriented person. I feel like you're very focused on your goals, and that's exactly what you should be doing, so love it. You have the staff card. It says you will be taken care of in difficult times. Yes, I feel, we're kind of in a very uncertain time, so I feel like this is just saying you're supported. And you have this dog. It says getting together with friends. Yes, definitely a time to socialize, definitely a time for you to ask for help. Again, teamwork makes the dream work, Sagittarius.